This is Dave Gleason. I'm head coach here at Athletic Revolution in Pembroke, Massachusetts. Now, going by the headline on my blog post, every parent's worst nightmare, or every sports parent's worst nightmare, obviously I wanted to grab your attention. This is a very, very important topic. It's something that I deal with here at Athletic Revolution and dealing with parents weekly, if not daily, and something as an industry we're really striving to make an impact on. What I'm talking about is over-specialization or sport-specific training for young athletes. Now let me preface this by saying I realize that when you're one of the first voices as part of a movement, or we're calling this a revolution, you may offend some people. So right now I just want to put out, if I'm offending you, I don't mean to. I'm just trying desperately to shed some light on a situation that keeps arising that needs to be talked about, or at least mentioned here. So, with that, I'm a parent myself. I have a 10 and a 6-year-old, 2 boys. I've mentioned Trevor and Andrew in some of my other videos. My worst nightmare is to set my kids up for failure, even though I think I'm doing the right thing. So, I want to be as well informed as I can when I make decisions, whether it's about their schooling, their sports activities, the kids that they hang out, all these different things. Without hovering over them, I want them to make some mistakes on their own. However, I don't want to set them up for failure. Now, what I'm specifically talking about is over-specialization and sport-specific training, which translates into a kid that's completely scheduled out playing one sport with a practice every day, if not twice a day, where they don't have time for anything else. I see it a ton in hockey. Yes, I'm calling out hockey. Whether it's power skating or stick skills or free skate, there's too much in terms of hockey practice out there. Soccer is the same thing. If you've seen any of my other videos, folks, you know how much I love soccer. But a child does not need to be playing soccer 24 hours a day to become a better soccer player or to become a better hockey player. They don't need to skate every single day or have a puck on a stick every single day. The same thing holds true for lacrosse, baseball, every other sport out there. There is no such thing as sport-specific training for a young athlete. There is athletic development training. If you can make a young child a better athlete, you will help them become better at soccer, basketball, lacrosse, hockey, whatever it may be. As human beings, we have a brain, and an extension of that is our central nervous system. When we're younger, that central nervous system takes in stimulus, and it learns from it rapidly, okay? When we teach a child a new skill in here, they learn it extremely rapidly. It doesn't always stay with them, though, because they're developing. They're always changing. Okay, as they get older, it's not impossible, but it's very difficult to pick up new skills. So when a sport is so inclusive, where there's these multiple practices every week and these repetitive motions, trying to practice these specific skill sets all the time, you're closing the door on other skills. You're closing the door on other skill sets that are fundamental, that are crucial to the overall development of your child. The other thing that we need to think about is burnout. I've been doing this a long time. I've been training kids for a long time. I've seen hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kids. I can't tell you the number of young athletes that I've had candid conversations with that end up hating the sport that they're playing, and they're actually playing it for their parents. So please, please, be open to the fact that your child needs a multi-dimensional and well-rounded approach to sport and athletics and fun and play. Anyone who comes to Athletic Revolution especially knows what we do here. Everything's wrapped up in play and fun. Yes, it gets a little bit more serious and there's more coaching and actual skill development and technique work as the kids become older. Our 14-plus age group obviously does a lot more in terms of the X's and O's and technicalities of movement than our 6 to 9-year-olds do that we're trying to help them discover movement. Listen, I could go on for hours about this. I just wanted to shed some light on it. Whether you come to Athletic Revolution or not, which I sincerely hope you do, if you can find another trainer or athletic facility out there that is concerned about developing your child as not just a single specific sport athlete, but as a human being that is eventually going to be 40 years old and needs to be able to look back on positive, fun experiences so that they stay active and so that they don't become injured and so that they don't have burnout by the time they're 14, 15, 16 years old. Please come and talk to me. Call me on the phone. Send me an email. I'll help you find another facility if we're outside of your range. I've got some more information on this through some very, very educated and skilled practitioners. One is Brian Grasso, who's the founder and CEO of the International Youth Conditioning Association. I've put at least partially part of an article he wrote on this just below this video on this same page, so check that out. My good friend and colleague George Maori out of Matthews, North Carolina, has also just written a fabulous article on that. I have a link for that below this article. Listen, I've talked to professionals about this every week. I talked to a great guy named Matt out in Houston, Texas earlier this week, he runs a soccer tots program. We talked about how it need not be all about soccer, even though it's a soccer program. It's a movement-based program that has soccer laid into it. So, listen, again, I could go on and on. As you can tell, I'm a little bit fired up as a parent and as a professional about this topic, this problem, really. So, please take some advice, get yourself educated, come in and talk to me, talk to other professionals, and find out what's what in terms of what the best scenario is for your kids, because none of us want to set our kids up to fail. Thank you so much for your time. I hope to speak to you or hear from you. This is Dave Gleason again from Athletic Revolution in Pembroke, Massachusetts. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.